What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chaos. My name is Vlad the-tek, and today is the 20th. Well, as of recording this, but probably not by the time this video makes it out the door. So by now, with any luck, Joe Biden should now be president and Donald Trump should be out, which is great because considering what happened not that long ago, holy shit. Yeah, like many people here, I've probably seen some footage of the rioters that were at the Capitol and all that crap after it went down. And you know what? That got me thinking of The Wizard of Oz. Stick with me on this. Now, for those of you who have never watched Wizard of Oz, what are you doing with your life? But there was one scene in particular from The Wizard of Oz that actually strikes me as relevant right now to talk about. And we're going to talk about that because it has to do with a lot of things I talk about on this channel, like mental health and, oddly enough, religion. But it's this scene right here in particular where the Wicked Witch of the West sicks her flying monkeys to go after Dorothy, Toto, and the gang. Anyways, there's actually a term in psychology called flying monkeys. Well, actually it's called agents, but there's a reason why I'm using this term specifically. According to Wikipedia, flying monkeys is a term used in popular psychology, mainly in the context of narcissistic abuse, to describe people who act on behalf of a narcissist towards a third party, usually for an abusive purpose. So basically the flying monkeys are the agents of the narcissist, hence why people nowadays tend to use agents of the narcissist instead of flying monkeys, but I'm using flying monkeys because I don't want to lend any sort of credence to what these people are doing at all. But now that you've heard that term, some things seem familiar.
We're going to try and give them the kind of pride and boldness that they need to take back our country.
USA! USA! There's a lot of people here. USA! USA! Hold the line! Hold the line!
So what kind of things do flying monkeys do? Well, they can do things such as start smear campaigns, they can directly go after the abusive narcissist target, and other things. That's not to say that everyone who is considered to be a flying monkey knows that they are a flying monkey. People can be manipulated into doing things on behalf of a narcissist as well. For instance, if a narcissist is abusing their spouse or something along those lines, and the spouse leaves, and the narcissist asks the spouse's friends, how are they doing? And they don't know the full story and inadvertently give the narcissist information on their spouse, then unfortunately the friend is now a flying monkey. Typically, people who are flying monkeys, knowingly, will actually spend a lot of time around the narcissist or the abuser, however you want to call it. They also tend to be narcissists themselves. That kind of reminds me, wasn't there another narcissist that was in some of the Capitol riot footage that I can think of?
We won this election, and as much as I love seeing the Trump flags flying over this, to the other side of the Capitol, that's where Trump's gonna be.
Love you, Alex Jones!
Bring it down. Hands up, brother.
I'm sure it can't be that important. They'll always try to be around the narcissist if possible, constantly trying to get praise and attention from them, and will not speak out against what the narcissist has done wrong. In fact, they'll be incredibly supportive of what the narcissist has done, and they will also be very extroverted. The best possible way you can actually deal with this is by, first off, giving the flying monkeys absolutely no information and running everything that they tell you through a cognitive filter. Don't react to it. Basically, you just want to imitate a gray rock. Basically, you want to be as uninteresting and unappealing as possible so that the narcissist and their flying monkeys don't come after you. It's also similar to people who may be in contact with the narcissist themselves. You really don't want to talk to them either because they may inadvertently be a flying monkey in disguise. You basically just want to keep everyone involved with you and the abuser as limited as possible. Unfortunately, given the circumstances, I'm not sure if it's going to work for everyone, considering, yeah, luckily for us, those assholes are getting indicted, so they'll just be removed from the public. However, not all flying monkeys work for a narcissist who is exactly real. Like these people.
The arrow that has been shot against the president, against your plan, right now, we cause it to ricochet and go back to sender right now. High-level demonic networks, let them be broken, let them be torn down in the name of Jesus.
The media said what? Joe Biden's president.
Now what's floating around on the internet is all of these people that, let me use the word loosely, prophesied. that Trump was going to remain in the presidency for the remaining 4 years. Now they're all being called false prophets, and so here's what they're doing. Now they're sending out these letters and these statements saying, well, somehow or another, we got it wrong, which, by the way, they're going to feel very, very stupid in a couple of weeks.
Well, I guess some of these people do. Like this woman right here that I just showed. That lady is Paula White Cain. Somehow she was on Donald Trump's Evangelical Advisory Board and was Donald Trump's personal spiritual advisor when he was in the White House. And before you ask, no, I'm not gonna fucking refer to him as President Trump. I'm not even gonna do him the honor of referring to him as former President Trump. Anyways, that was what I was saying. A couple of the people you just saw actually worked for or with Donald Trump. Kenneth Copeland and Paula White Cain have both been in Donald Trump's presence and have actually kind of worked for Donald Trump. Maybe not directly, but kind of inadvertently. So yes, in that sense, they are very much flying monkeys. However, they're also flying monkeys for the biggest narcissist of them all, Yahweh. They're all about making money off of people who feel like they deserve forgiveness for some sin they never committed. But worse yet, they were flying monkeys in the worst possible way. All of these people that I just showed you predicted Donald Trump to win the 2020 election. That's aged well, hasn't it? It's funny how all these prophets were predicting Donald Trump to win, and yet all of them got it wrong. How could they have gotten it so wrong? They seem so wise and so level-headed.
Hamanda aka ata raka teda baka sanda ata ambo osa kata rite eke banda ata rike didi ashata fika hata anda ata ora bata rata ande eke manda rasata.
Somaka sede dalamoko. Manda kishiti kolora bashata. Manda kalaboho. Masiki lomoko da masa. Kadita na mosoya lama. Kamba sotkoya.
C'est vraiment un beau privilège de cinéma en fait que. Und ganhando os chique pouco la name vraiment esto. Stelo la hamalana lelo lendile enkren in stelest karatak.
You know what? Never mind. These people in particular, you need to watch out for as well, because believe it or not, the relationship that they create with their congregation, I guess, is also a very abusive relationship too. They're extorting their congregants for money to help pay for their lavish lifestyle, which is really dickish. So they're both the narcissist and the flying monkey all rolled up into one. It's just that the actual narcissist is the god that lives in their head, aka their imaginary fucking friend, who also happens to be the same imaginary friend of Donald Trump. And it hasn't gotten much better on Facebook for me either. A lot of Trump supporters that I know are really butthurt over the loss. By the way, I'm going to be posting this to my personal Facebook page, so hopefully that'll lose me some friends. I need to thin the herd of those Trump supporters that I won't want anything to do with. And this video, I feel, will be the best way to do that. Now, that may seem like a horrible thing for me to say, but the best way to actually heal from the damage that a narcissist and their flying monkeys do to you is simply by not being involved with them at all. So if you personally are going through something but as minor as what I'm going through, where you're just tired of seeing flying monkeys everywhere and constantly saying, you know, this is not my president, or the election was stolen, or any stupid shit like that, just cut ties with them. You don't need to be around them. That's honestly the best way for the healing process to actually start for narcissists and their flying monkeys, is to just lose literally everyone they know in their lives. Because that's the only time they'll actually challenge their thoughts and actions, is when they're alone. And speaking more broadly about this topic, personally, I've been through a situation where I've encountered flying monkeys. And it was back when I was with my second ex. This was way back in high school, after we had already broken up. She was psychologically abusive towards me. She constantly tried to gaslight me and make me think that everything was my fault and that I was responsible for literally everything bad that happened. There was a lot wrong about that relationship, but once I left, I decided to tell some of my friends about, you know, some of the things I was thinking, some of the things that she did, while she was breaking up with me. And I also confided into my friend some information that maybe she was cheating on me. And I didn't know for sure, but I had reason to believe that she was. Unfortunately, that friend was a flying monkey. So guess who found out about me saying all that shit? This is why cutting off ties to flying monkeys can actually be very, very beneficial, because not only can they have social consequences like that for you, but they can also have very real legal consequences too. Remember, one thing flying monkeys can do is smear campaigns, so they could fabricate evidence, against you in the court of law. For instance, when I found out that my ex-girlfriend had actually stolen some video games of mine, I actually contacted her to try to get them back, and I had to go through a flying monkey, and she used that as evidence to get a restraining order against me, the wronged party. Yeah, this is exactly why you should try to imitate a gray rock and just cut all ties with the narcissist and the flying monkeys. Though it is far harder to actually convince somebody that they are being victimized by a narcissist and their flying monkeys, especially when it's like, I don't know, the Kenneth Copeland situation, where somebody's giving hundreds of thousands of dollars of their hard-earned money to a ministry for a product that they will never receive. You can't tell them directly that this person is a flying monkey for your narcissistic abuser. Really what you want to try to do is whenever they try to bring up, you know, the narcissist or the flying monkey, ask them to actually talk to a therapist about it instead, because you don't want any information about that situation getting out to the flying monkey or the narcissist. So it's best just to have a therapist talk to them and try to facilitate that healing first and foremost. But in the meantime, you could actually start inquiring, you know, why does the flying monkey want to know this information about you? What good does it do them? Do they have any connections to the narcissist? And you also want to try to guide the person to making new friends. A lot of times people who are trapped in a narcissistic relationship tend to only have a small circle of people they're allowed to communicate to when they're in a relationship with a narcissist. So simply teaching them that it's okay to go out and make new friends and actually better yourself is a huge part of them opening their eyes to the fact that, oh, this person's just a narcissistic, abusive person, and this person's only their flying monkey. I don't need these people in my lives. Fuck them. In most of the abusive situations that I've been in, which has happened more than a couple of times in my case, I don't know what would have happened to me if I didn't have friends and family for support as I was going through the abuse that I've been through. And once I was out of those situations, the friendships that I kept afterwards with the new friend circles that I created after that were a metaphorical godsend. And it really, really helped me realize that I don't really need these toxic fucking people in my life. So if you or a friend are going through a tough time with a narcissist or a flying monkey, reach out, make new friends, get some help, and remember, whether it's a narcissist, their friend, rioters on the Capitol, or evangelicals, they're all just flying monkeys anyways. And that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. And hopefully by the time I get this up, I will actually have a channel on my Discord server just for mental health, where you can find listeners and stuff like that. I am struggling to kind of get that up right at the moment because I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what the rules are supposed to be, because I want to kind of push it to where if you guys need help like right then and there, that it's probably best to talk to a counselor. And I want to try to have the rules kind of facilitate that type of mentality that if it's like life or death, you need to talk to a counselor. I'm also wanting to create special rules just for the mental health thing. So if you want to be like a listener or something like that, you can actually request a role change, and I'll just have me or one of my admins hand it out to you. So if you guys are interested in helping me out with that, feel free to follow the links in the description below to our Discord server. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content like this and some gaming content and whatever the hell else is floating around inside my head. If you want to catch me live, I will be live on Twitch on Friday afternoons. And if you want to help support the channel, you can find links in the description below to my Patreon account, where you'll get other special roles for the Discord server I mentioned beforehand. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to show me some love down below by hitting the like button, and don't forget to check out the annotations for more videos. And I will see you in the next video.